after last week's class, one of my students was lamenting with me afterwards that the UK's laws on knife and knife use in self-defence are just incredibly restrictive, and that you will get done for even using something as innocuous, say, like a cheese knife in self-defence. And I had to correct him. I had to stop and actually go, do you know what? You're wrong. You might be able to use a cheese knife in self-defence. So you need to know the rules on this, because either the criminals are going to completely disregard the rules or they're going to push the limits of the rules. So we need to be able to do both as well, right? So you're not allowed to carry any kind of bladed article of locking blade that is over 3 inches long. This is England and Wales. You are going to get in trouble if you carry any kind of knife that is designed, or bladed item that is designed as a weapon. You're going to get in trouble from September last year for carrying a zombie knife. So designed as a weapon, those would be something like a balisong, a switchblade, a karambit, a push dagger, something that has been made to be a weapon, right? You can't carry something like that. You can't carry any bladed item where it can be proved that you are intending to use the thing as a weapon. So intention is a key. You could carry something like a folding Victorian ox type pocket knife, so you can have something like that. You could be a chef carrying a chef's roll to work. Something like that would be reasonable. You could carry something like this to, say, a picnic or a cheese tasting, right? And you could be at that cheese tasting and someone could go crazy, and you could use something like this legitimately to possibly threaten them, posture, maybe even defend yourself if it were reasonable and necessary. You could be at a picnic and maybe you were attacked like the 3 guys were in Reading in 2023, and you could pick up something like this and you could use it. Maybe you'd have it in your, I don't know, reusable supermarket bag and it's covered with cheese on the way home, and you get attacked, and maybe you're able to reach in and pick something like this out and threaten someone and use it. That would potentially be legal, right? So something like this is not designed as a weapon. It's not being carried as a weapon. It's not being carried in contemplation of being used as a weapon. It's not a prohibited item. And you'd have reasonable excuse to have it with you. Of course, you can't then kind of go around carrying a bunch of cheese and a cheese knife, right? I saw one kid with a turning knife, like the hooked thing, and an apple. So this was outside my boxing gym. So he was like turning this apple skin in like an old-time American kind of way. And you're not allowed to do that, right? Because you're not going to get away with that. Juries are dysfunctional, but they're not stupid. So if you try and actually say, oh, I was just carrying this because I don't like apple skin, they're probably going to see through that. If you have a genuine and reasonable excuse, though, yeah, you could use a cheese knife. Hope that helps. Peace.